Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Software Inc. Where last episode, boys, it got super interesting. We've actually released a brand new operating system known as the Fool's OS 2, and this is turning out to be the most profitable piece of software I've ever created. Now, you may be thinking, Seniac, there's a lot of software you got on your list right now. What's going on? Well, I bought out another company. Bought out a company which had a digital distribution network, which I've completely taken away from them, gained a bunch of their IPs, and in the process we're creating, or have created, our very own game engine that we can now start creating games. And one of their big kind of products was a lot of games, so I can maybe use some of their stuff to create a sequel. But anyway, the profit for Fool's OS is 1.2 billion. It's already overtaken the original Fool's OS, and even though I'm printing so many copies of it, I'm printing 200,000 a month, I'm selling out of 200,000 a month. Actually, I've sold out of the phage. Guys, we need more phage, but the reason I'm not actually printing any of the phage right now is because I'm solely selling it on my distribution network. So if I print copies of the phage, I then got to give a cut in the distribution section, which we're already given a physical store cut, which is quite high because of how much we're selling of the Fool's OS 2, but I'm not too worried about the phage. It's our game engine. It's solely there so I can use it to create games. Now, this is going to be a crazy episode as well, boys. We've got a lot of stuff we're going to be doing. We're going to be creating, hopefully, a game, our first game that we're going to release. And at the same time, we need to find ways in which we can reduce our electricity consumption. Now, if you are enjoying this, boys, smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new around here so you get notified when the next episode does come out. Don't rely on the recommended tab, boys. Subscribe, you get notified. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? That was pretty cool. So, before we go any further, there's a few things I've got to do. Now, apparently, I don't have set up here, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. There's something I'm missing which will allow me to... Is it this? Drop boxes on the pallets if the conveyor belt is backed up. Like a damn fool, I don't have these. Now, I don't know if I need to place the... I don't know which way I gotta place these, if I'm being completely honest with you. It is a dead end. Right, okay. Let me put it this way. It is a dead end. Is this the right thing I'm looking for? Drops boxes onto pallets. Oh, hold on. Is it a case of I need to put these right against it? Ah, okay. I did a boo-boo. I did a boo-boo. Right, boys, don't worry. I promise you I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Right, move these. Because when we print a lot of stuff, and this will all make sense for why I'm moving this in just a moment. If I just move this over there. Because there is a deal that I'm now currently missing, I'm not utilizing. So what I can implement and get our company to do. Oh my goodness me, these lights, boys. They will be the death of me. They will be the death of me. Right, this will make sense. Hold on. Put you there. Let me just grab all of these. And then move these just here. Which, of course, is the fire sprinkler here now at this point. Move you. And for now, that will be okay. That will be okay. So let's make sure I've got all these now in place. Right, I've kind of messed up, but I've got to flip these around the other side and then we should be okay. Right, so what that allows us to do is when they print the goods, it kind of then gets stacked here, but when that gets filled up, they then kind of backlog on the conveyor. With these, it allows them to drop them on the crates to allow more storage to happen. Now, one of the reasons why I've done that is because currently, when it comes to our deals, which are here, I've only got it filtered on hosting. So I'm only really accepting hosting deals. But now that I have a printing factory pretty much all created, I can now start accepting printing deals. And that will then allow me, let me just accept these hosting deals first. It will allow me then to make money from printing. Now, there's not really that much I got to do there. So if I accept all those printing jobs, and now does print for us. We actually got quite a large printing capacity, kind of considering. Now, there's not really much there. All of that there is almost all the jobs that were required. So when we go to our manufacturing right now, you can see how much is in stock, how much is remaining, and pretty much we are getting this all complete. What's in storage versus in stock versus per month, and the current goal, we've actually destroyed it. We have destroyed it, boys. We are just that good. You can now see that it's starting to backlog up as well. So that's pretty much how it works. Pretty cool, right? So we can accept printing deals, and we'll just let that do what it's got to do, and eventually the couriers will take it all away. Now, I don't know whether there's a way in which you can kind of make it where assign parking spot, select people to be parked here. How do I do this? Change employee. Wait, how do I do this? Assign parking spot to... Can we not... Is it staff? Employee staff, right? If I do it to staff, does that then mean couriers? Right. Assign parking spot to deliveries. Is deliveries the correct word I'm looking for? I'm not sure if that is the case or not. But the couriers will do their magic anyway. I don't quite know if they'll pick up everything, or whether I have to kind of get a few more employees to kind of do the rest of it for me. But I'm hoping the couriers, it's just very, very simple and easy for them to pick up the goods and then skedoodle out of here. Where are they getting the rest from? They're walking the long way around, aren't they? Which is kind of crazy. We've had someone retire. Right, I'm getting completely sidetracked with this, by the way. Is there a way in which we can a pallet pickup point picks boxes up from pallets if the conveyor is empty? What? Conveyor ramp. So what's the difference with that and this? Drop off point, pickup point. I think if it backlogs there as well, isn't it? Like, if it backlogs further back. Right, okay, right. Let's just get back into it. So we've done both of these. We got the neon script, which is also left to be done. There's 15,000 boxes that currently remaining, which are just here, which will get picked up. And that's the printing deals pretty much done then. I can actually select another one right now, which is quite big, so we'll do that one. Let's rock and roll. Right, and getting completely sidetracked with all that, boys. We've still got lots of stuff that we need to do. So, let's see. Right, actually, how well is the phage doing? Again, I ain't too bothered about this selling well. Even though our releases, if I go by release date, it is now technically it's made a profit. That's all. No, actually, no, it hasn't made a profit, but it will make a profit in the next month. It's solely there, right? It's solely there for me to use myself. I could have made it in-house, but if anybody else using it, we get some license costs. Now, has someone retired? Someone's retired. Oh, yeah. Fruman Pratt has retired on us. Okay, that's interesting. And we are currently developing a Folio++ language. Okay. And do we create a game now or design a game? If I go to game, and if I pick a RPG, for example, and if I make it MMO, let's add multiplayer 3D graphics, MMO, wacky physics, digital exclusives. Let's just get Uno. Ooh. Reverse Uno. Negates lead designer IP ownership on release. What does that mean? Open world, mod support, cutscenes, VR, recorded dialogue, customizable character, advanced HUD, branching story. Right, if I just go with that, out of curiosity, server stuff's okay. I do have to pick a language, which the Folio++ is not yet created. So we'll hold out for that. In the meantime, do I need to update the phage? I'll probably update at the same time. Now, doing that, I'm going to need a programming language as well. So I think we're actually being beholden right now to getting the programming language all done. So we'll get that done first, and then we'll start releasing it. So in the meantime, then, we can pretty much plan out how we can reduce our energy bills. Now, we have lots of bills. Energy is one that we can reduce, and it's quite easy. We're spending nearly $250,000 a month on electricity. And that's something that's only going to increase, especially, right? Especially, yes, I'd like to release it. When it comes to building more servers. Which will reduce the impact. Do it, whatever. I don't care, boys. I don't play by the rules no more. I don't play by the rules. Print jobs. It might be a bad idea to accept all of those, but I'm going to do it. And hopefully we should be okay. Hopefully we should be okay. So what was talking about? Electricity, yeah. Especially the fact that we keep adding more servers, they're going to use more electricity. Servers at 19% load, so they're okay. Our digital distribution, where we are currently got the biggest market share and taking the maximum profit share as well. Ain't nobody stopping your boy right now. Nobody's stopping us right now. How can we implement then stuff to reduce our energy bills? Well, one of them is incorporating solar panels on the roof. Now, something like that, where does it fall under utilities? It is something that is required to also go in downstairs. So I technically have to build a third floor. Now, that's kind of annoying, but I completely understand. Completely understand right now. And do I do it the same as this, or do I slightly stagger it back? So, for example, if I went to... Right, let's figure this out as a design. So if I came 4 away, so I could do a 2 diagonal and then go across. And do the same again, which will be 2, 3, 4 away, 2 diagonal and then down. Oh, damn it. Right. Awkwardly, I've got to do it like that. Right, this is annoying. If I go here to here, to then delete this room. And then merge these two. We'll then get that additional beautiful room on top, which we kind of staggered it, so we're kind of like creating like the world's worst pyramid. But that should do, right? We do have to give them the capabilities of getting up to this floor, which I'm not sure how that's going to work. Actually, that could work out pretty easy. But they're going to face that way because of how the elevators are here. So a bit funky. But it all works nonetheless. It all works nonetheless. I'll even create another additional room for it. And I'm going to have a door there, and then we'll do a large window open just there. Now, I don't know whether to do windows up here. That's for the sake of implementing windows. Right, full-on windows there, so we can kind of see what is now going on. We'll implement windows, so it kind of fits with the theme of the building. And I'll mainly do them on the corners. We'll do them on the corners. There we go. This one's a little bit longer. And why not just do the full shebang here? Actually, no, we'll match the back. I can do a little bit just here. Do you know what? I might as well match it. We might as well match it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So what are we going for in terms of a design then? We kind of have many designs, but that should mimic it. And then the building from the outside, if I go play mode, is all nicely staggered, which is pretty... Oh, hang on, there's this room here. Hold on. I can't select the room because it's that small. Easy to go build mode and do it. Yeah, baby. There we go. So we're going to have to do a lot of stuff in here to make sure that we pass the safety and the fire inspection. But in terms of construction then, utilities, let me do it by room. By function or by room? Room, utility, solar panels. So let's, because it hangs down the kind of like the inverter or something like that, whatever it is. So if I just place a long line of these. And how does that look on the upstairs? Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? That does look pretty good. Now, can I select all of them and then duplicate them? And I gotta get this just right. There. There. And there. Now, once you get to this area, it starts to get a little bit smaller where we might have to start deleting stuff because it kind of slightly hangs over. So if I select you and you and delete, that works. And we've got some big solar panels on this one side there. Now, awkwardly, I'm not going to be able to do all of it because we have this here. But if I select all of these and one more there, duplicate them. They're all in order. We delete this one here. So it matches it. And select these two here. So duplicate, go down the floor, bam, bam, bam. Now, unfortunately, I can't put any there, so you get this awkward little section. You get that awkward little section, but the whole of the top of our building right now has solar panels. Now, is that enough to produce? Well, is it to give us the ability to produce enough electricity? I'm not sure. I'm going to add a couple of sprinklers right now. And we'll obviously add the fire alarm. I think that's all that's required and needed. So, pause mode for a quick second. I have the solar panels. Now, if we check our kind of... There is a section where you can check your energy usage, right? Is it here? Utilities? So, this is where what we gotta see, okay? We are currently, what we're consuming versus what we're producing. This number will consistently keep changing. But we are now currently producing 416 watts. Now, there will come times where we'll be producing more than we're using. But there will be times where we're producing nothing because the sun's not out. And that will mainly happen on the evening. Now, if we're producing more, we sell it back to the grid. But if we have batteries installed, we can store the electricity to use overnight. So that's another way which we can stop us from buying electricity. Now, if I have a fast forward then, it would slow down my bills, like quite dramatically. It would slow down my bills. So my bills shouldn't be as much as this month ends. So if I go to bills now, you know, you can see my electricity bills here. Now, obviously we haven't ran them for the full month, so it wouldn't have reduced that much. But now all of a sudden we've taken 50 grand off in the short amount of time that we did have those solar panels. But we're not producing anything right now because it's not sunny. So we're still going to spend it. It would be nice to be like net positive or plus or what's going on. Oh! I forgot I've got rid of the roof ACs. Now that's a little bit of an issue for me because the roof ACs are needed. But the downside is that the roof ACs need some roof AC space. And I don't have that space right now. So we're going to have to actually technically get rid of some solar panels. All right, get rid of you. Roof AC. So if I put one there, how does that look from the upstairs? Okay, that actually fits in quite nice. It doesn't ruin it too much. And then we should be okay now. Yeah. So I think in the basement then, we are going to... Do I build it in the boiler room? Is this room too hot, you reckon? It's actually pretty cold. I'm not sure if how that has an effect on anything right now. But we will place... Oh no, I reckon we do a separate room. Because if I can have a big battery storage area, I'll do it here. I know it seems quite dramatic having such a big room. But at the end of the day... The more batteries we can store, the more power we can store, and the longer we can go without having to buy electricity. It future-proofs the company, so invest the money now, and I will get it back in many, many years to come. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually going to switch this over so we have a walkway. So the walkway's there. Right. Duplicate these. So we'll go 1, 2... 1, 2, 1, 2, and that will do for now. Now these obviously won't be storing anything. Let me just get all the fire safety stuff involved, because they do get set on fire. We're in big trouble, boys. We're in big trouble. Right, I need some lights. Ceiling AC, that's actually pretty cool, isn't it? That is actually pretty cool. Lights, and we'll go big industrials. There we go. We have our battery storage all up and running. We get rid of the lights so we're going to see them. Now, like I said, it's going to take a while before we actually start seeing them being charged, because you have to obviously produce more than what you're currently consuming. Now, from what we can tell, that is just enough for us still not to be able to be self-sufficient. We're still having to buy from the grid. But that takes a huge dent off us. Is that room here a different color? Or is it just the way the light is? I'm not sure, because it's a separate room. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. So another way in which we can generate electricity is, of course, buying or building some wind turbines. Now, before we get into all that, we got a couple of deals here I'm going to quickly accept. There we go, there we go, there we go. We are going to promote the 48 Plus into bug bash mode. So hopefully we can get that all done. And then we can start making some progress on creating our very own games. I'm really excited about this. So, wind turbines then. Very expensive. Very, very expensive. But the difference is the solar panels produce maximum 3 kilowatts. Wind turbines can produce up to 90 kilowatts. So that's the equivalent of having 30 solar panels at its max production. Now they are quite big and they do require a lot of room. And one thing I don't have right now is a lot of room. So we're going to have to buy a few plots of land here. So buy you, buy you, buy you. And then randomly place wind turbines in the middle of a city. So why can't I place you here? Can I place you here? So I've got 2 in there. They're $1 million a piece, by the way. So I'm building my very own inner city wind farm. To which we are banking on that wind farm in the middle of a city, as you can now see, generating us quite a bit of cash. Now, with the slow rotation that they're currently doing, you can see from what we're producing, it's still not enough, and that, of course, changes depending on the wind. So you can see what that now produces. And then as it gets a little bit lighter in the day is when the solar panels start to kick in. So you'll see that number of producing now start to increase as it does get a little bit lighter. And obviously that will keep changing upon... Look at that, we're actually now storing power because we got so much. And that will change upon the wind as well. You can go some months where you're just not producing any wind power. But our batteries should now be charging. So that's got big charge. So we're looking good. We are looking good. We are looking good. And you can see now, electricity produced is the blue bar that's now going through the roof. And that should heavily reduce our bills. So on that month, and again, it wasn't a full day of both, but the bills for electricity are now come down to minus 24,000. Now, of course, once the battery, currently right now, right, we are using battery power. So we use battery power before we buy. So my expenses on this next month for electricity should be $0. So everything that we're storing, we then use for when we're not producing enough. So if I just wait for this month to end, and then once our batteries are fully charged, we'll then start selling and then making money. Well, we've been nominated for 2 awards. Best employer. Don't ask me how. Best product. Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Right, just wait for this month to now end. Which we're not that far off, boys. Not that far off. Bam, done. And our batteries would have stored quite a bit to the point where now we had no electricity bill. Now, depending on how it's all going and the state of these charges, I'm not sure what my total capacity is and how far we are. But once all the batteries are charged, it might be another couple of months before that's fully done. We'll then start selling electricity and then we'll be making profit from it. Again, a long way to go before it pays for all the stuff that we've kind of just done and all the money we've spent. But it's better than nothing, isn't it, boys? It's in the long run, it's better than paying the electricity costs. Right, so let's now sort this out. So we're going to release the Folio. I don't know if this is something that I'm really too bothered about. The Folio Plus Plus. It was mainly just to kind of give our designers and stuff some like little work to get done while we kind of got the phage all done and dusted. But if I release this, and I could do a small campaign of maybe 20,000. I'm not going to order any copies. I'm not going to print any copies. We're solely going to sell it digitally, okay? We're solely going to sell that digitally. So the Folio Plus exclusivity deal we're going to do for the next however many years. So it's only me selling it. And hopefully we can maximize the money that we do get from it. Now, in the meantime, right, because we have to now start designing games. In the meantime, we are going to update the phage just to make sure that's at its top of its game. Now, is there anything I can kind of get rid of right now? The support for Fool's OS, are we still marketing that, by the way? You know what, we're going to end the marketing for that. We're only marketing Fool's OS 2, Phage, and Folio Plus. So support for Fool's OS, we'll cancel the support on that. That can now go. Bank of Fools can now go. 3D Folio can now go. And that's the support there. We need the Folio stores. That's our digital distribution network. Yes, okay, that's pretty much all good. So the Phage then, we are going to grab this real quick. We're going to update it. And we'll bring it into the modern era. There'll be a lot of bugs you have to get rid of. So 2D editor, that's what it is. 3D editor, that's what it is. IDE, we'll go U. Programming, which will be down to Folio Plus Plus, which is not there. Is it already outdated or something? It probably is. So I've waited all that time for nothing. Unless I update the Folio Plus Plus. But then again, I'm not too bothered. I've waited this long anyway. We'll update it now. Which shouldn't really take it too long. Right, and then we'll get our first game underway. So this must have worked then for the staff. But by looking at it, I think we might need to hire more couriers. So if I assign this via couriers... Oh, Martha Cooper, what do you want now? She wants a luxury car. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. So, 0-100 hours. We'll hire a courier. So do it by arrival. Actually, we'll hire 3. So 04, 08, 12, 16, 20. So we have 3 couriers at all given times. If I've done that right, I think that's how it's going to work. So now we can get more going out. Right, let's finish the update for that. Martha's back again. Martha, what's going on? She wants a golden handshake? Alright, fine. You get the golden handshake. Leave me alone, Martha. This is pressure at its finest. Pressure at its finest right now. Right, we might need to slow down on the printing jobs. We honestly might need to slow down the old printing jobs, boys. Because it looks like it is getting slightly a little bit out of hand. Only ever so slightly, though. Only ever so slightly. A lot of these jobs are actually done, but some of them are quite big, like this one here, the Apollo one. It's definitely going to be behind schedule. But in stock versus the goal. Actually, there's only, really one goal left, but it's just all of them got to get out all at once. Right, that'll get done slowly. At least we're not printing any of our own products, apart from the Fools OS 2. So the Folio Plus is actually selling pretty well, considering it's something I'm only selling digitally. The Phage has done really well, 7.2. Again, all digitally. Haven't give any distribution network, physical stores, a single cut. Which I absolutely love. Absolutely love right now. Right. The Phage is almost done. Oh my goodness. She wants IP royalties? Right. Listen here, Martha. Right. Listen here. Okay. Employee gets exclusive right to design sequels and take all trade income for their own. I don't want to give it any of this, if I'm being completely honest with you right now. Is Martha Cooper one of our original founding fathers? The name rings a bell, but I don't think she is. Now, current salary is going to be there. Employee gets 5% of the gross revenue from products they designed? I mean, I could just fire her. Or she wants ownership, gets the exclusive right to design sequels and take all trade income for any IP. No! Right, she gets the royalties. But let me just double check stocks. How do I check the stocks in our own company? All companies, Folio Developments. Details. Oh no, I own all my shares now, don't I? I forgot I own them all. I could just fire Martha. If you request one more thing, I'm firing her, okay? I will fire her. Right, we're just waiting for the Phage to be all updated. And then we're good to go. Now, all this is done, right? It pretty much is. Folio Plus Plus. Wait, hold on. How many? Why are we printing copies? Wait, hold on. I think I may have selected unlimited copies. It just keeps printing them. Oh, I think I made a boo-boo on that. Oh, no. Okay, maybe we do have to now give a physical store cut because I've printed 2 million copies. You failed to print. Oh, no. Alright, fine. I'm losing reputation and printing. It's only because I chose to print 2 million copies of my own products. Burglars looking to loot the premises. They went home empty-handed. We're all good. Right, just watching this right now. You can just see it on the side here. Products are being printed. I could up the numbers of what we're printing as well by kind of extending stuff. So if I quickly go into build mode. And can I drag and drop all of this? Yes. And if I now duplicate it, all of a sudden, that's now given us a lot more printing capabilities. So now we can print a lot more at once. A whole lot more. Right, select all. There we go. Right. Oh, hang on. Something's just happened there. What's just happened? So burglars failed to loot us. Fire inspection will begin tomorrow, so we'll find out if we passed it with the solar panel room and the battery room. UB Solutions went bankrupt and you received 9 of their products. Now that's a company that I would have purchased into. Now I don't know if UB was one of the ones that had the distribution platform. I don't think they did. But I am slowly losing my percentage on the market. A company you invested in started selling shares. One of your old IPs went to the public domain. Right, okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Now, I can finish updating Phage and release that, which means I can now finally work on a game. Right. We'll first create our own game, see how well that does, before I maybe look at the company that I purchased, to see if I can create sequels for their game. So, multiplayer 3D, wacky physics, procedure generation, cutscenes, VR, adaptive music, open world physics, mod support. I kind of want it all. The Gates lead designer. Oh, we didn't give IP ownership, did we? We didn't. But why would I want to implement that? I'm not sure. But I'm going to add it all anyway and just see what the best game I can make would be like. It's a role-playing game. Foes Adventure. Amazing. It's $99 as well. $99. We can create so many expansion packs for this if it all goes to plan. So advance them. Next. Folio Plus, the Phage, my stuff. We'll leave everything it's got there. I could do it where it's only on the Fool's OS 2. I could add another platform and incorporate the Fool's OS. Now, if I do it by active users, I can just do it on my operating systems, and that way I can then sell more copies because people have to buy it to play my game. Interesting, Soniac. Interesting right now. Next. And develop. Now, this is going to take a long time, okay? I can't express how long that this is going to take. But in the time it's going to take to do all these iterations, at least I can get my my core team and all that to work on bug fixes and updates. So at least they will be busy. So this is for the Folio stores. We'll update. We'll also update the Fool's OS 2. So get all this done. The Folio Plus. And the Phage as well. We're going to do it all. Get some nice little updates on the go. But you know, I can't update. I think I'm too soon on that one. So we'll have to come back to it. Right. Folio Stars update done. Release. Nice. Nice. Now, have we seen any profits on not internet, sorry, electricity yet? No, I don't quite think we've charged all the batteries yet, boys. Unless we have. Hold on. Bills. No, there's no plus on electricity just yet. Utility-wise, yeah, there's no income at the minute. Oh, we actually failed the inspection. So where did we fail it? Oh, this middle room? What are we missing? I'm confused. Oh, I know what it is. You need a staircase to go up here. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. You need a staircase to get up to this section. Right. I'm going to have to, unfortunately. Well, let me fast forward to where I can see. I'm going to have to extend the room back to here. Right. Folio++ can now be updated. Waiting for a lead designer. Assign lead. Oh, you best not do it, Martha. Right, let's build this room. Let's merge these rooms. Why can't I? Is the rooms merged? Why can I not merge the rooms? I wonder if it's something to do with that room. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure what was going on there. But, anywho. Right, can't do anything because of that. Move you to there. Put you there so you get that going up. Alright, sell you. Grab both of these, merge them. And then Windows. It's all fun and games, boys, right? It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. So I've had to do that. It does slightly change that, but it's not too bad, the design. I mean, I could throw in more. Oh, I wonder if I can do this. And then delete the U. Yeah. We'll keep it like that. It ain't the end of the world. Oh, I need doors. There we go. Right, we now have stairs, boys. Because that was one of the big issues, right? That was one of the big issues. Okay, so we seem to have a lot of deals right now. Hosting and printing, we'll accept them all. Build up my reputation a little bit more right now. Courier's doing their magic. It's all going down. And the Fools OS should be updated at some point shortly. It's been a while since we released some sort of stuff, so they're kind of complaining a little bit. And these iterations are going to take a long time. A real long time, boys. Alright, that can now be updated. But the main thing is, we're making good cash. And when we start releasing these games, we should make even more cash. And that's what I'm excited about more than anything. Alright, I'm accepting more and more printing deals, but I don't know whether it's a good thing to keep doing it. I can always build an extension to it all. But we seem to be on top of it. We do seem to be on top of it all. So by the looks of it then, we should complete our first iteration. The design night team should do it. We've successfully filed our taxes. Companies that we own are starting selling more shares. Our hosting deals were ended because the IP was purchased. Fair enough. Fair enough. So my digital... Oh, we're up to 46 market share right now. That's really good. So the companies that I currently own, do any of them have ownerships or their own networks? So Space Groz looks to be on the way out anyway. Now, me buying them would mean that I'd probably end up losing money. Somebody else has just retired. But I'm close to being able to buy them completely out. Code Shide, they're one. Not enough to do anything with, but I'll buy the private investors anyway. That's something that has been increasing. Space Untack here. Oh, they've increased quite dramatically. That's not even the right company there. So we're going to buy the private investors, so we own the majority. Brainlock, another company here. Looks like they're on the way out. They're losing market share, but all the peeps here, I own a chunk of them. So we'll get dividend payments coming from them ever so slightly. And that's a good way in which I can kind of make some sweet, sweet cash. So it looks like I've done all the deals. The iterations actually just blitz through. So we'll accept more print jobs. Just wait till we get the ones that require like millions of units to be printed. That's going to be crazy. But money from deals are coming in. It can go from 700,000 down to 69, depending on what deals I've struck. Electricity then on the bills. Ah, there we go. We made 41 grand from electricity to the grid. Granted, it's a long way to go, but at least I'm no longer paying it. And it's one bill that I've reduced. So you got to think, yeah, it's only 40 grand going to the grid. But also, I'm also saving $250,000 by not paying for electricity. So in reality, I'm almost 300,000 a day up. So that's how you got to look at it. It's a little bit of money you're paying back, you're getting back in return, but a huge amount of money you're no longer spending. Best employer, apparently. I'm the best employer. Who would have thought I'm such a good boss? Right, okay. Okay. Right, a company we bought into is selling more shares. I'll keep buying. Right, so we're not far off getting this next iteration all done. And then we've only got 2 more to go. I want to make it the best game it can be. That's really what I want to do. I keep accepting these print jobs, which are fairly easy to get done. Requires me doing absolutely nothing, and it's good cash in the background. Not bad, not bad. And right, let's see. We've actually got quite a bit of money now in the bank. So if I go back to companies and how much they're currently worth, and what jazz. Right, there we go. There we go. You can see we are doing, if I do it by net worth, second place is so far away from us, it's unreal. Now, there's companies we can kind of completely buy out. Like this company here, 50%, 50.3 shares. If I check the details, I could now take them over. Now, is this one of the companies that have the distribution networks? I keep forgetting who's got it and who doesn't have it. This is Sonescape. No, it's not. It's not one of them that I got it. Because sometimes you can get ownership from buying out other companies who add ownerships. But this company pretty much only creates cheat software and is yet to lose money on cheat software. So this is a good company just to kind of keep, where we can just straight up suck dividends out of them. Somebody else requested access to our digital distribution platform. Pretty good. So right now, it's pretty much a little bit of a waiting game. It's the fact that we just need to keep accepting deals to generate us a nice little bit of cash from the printing side. And just waiting until we can then move on to this. Now, once we get this into development mode, I'll then start developing a second game. Now, I have gone all out on this. I've got a little bit OTT. I've done the max every single feature. I didn't need to do that. There was no need. But I've gone all out. So it should be pretty interesting. Right, more companies are requesting access, which is giving us quite a high market share. Pretty good. Our servers are able to uphold it, right? They're only on 15% load. So that's pretty much all okay. And we should maybe look towards now maybe educating some fools. So if I start with the easy ones, the marketers. If they can't do marketing, I don't know what to pick next. Maybe support. And then the support fools. Ooh, okay, this is not. There we go. The support fools are all done. Accounts next. Educate these. So they're pretty much got everything you can kind of do for them. The art team, which they're going to want to do a little bit of everything else. Everything but art. Oh, there we go. They want to do everything but art, boys. Is pretty much what's going on there. Everything but art. Right. This is getting a bit out of hand. I'm not going to do them all at once because it does mean all the employees go and disappear for a month or two when we've got work that needs to be done. But we are on our final iteration, by the way, so that's pretty good to see. And I need the designers. I do need the designers at the moment, so hold out a little bit. All right, more hosting jobs coming in. Keep accepting. Keep the money rolling in. We're just making high amounts of cash right now. So dividends are coming in, which are looking pretty good. And you can see from the companies, the changes. This Space Gross is going to go bankrupt at some point. The change is quite dramatic. So we expect to see them gone. But they're also a competitor in the digital distribution. So it would be nice to see them gone as well. It really would be. Okay. Alright, they're the peeps who have retired. Another print job deal. We'll accept it. It's just too easy at this point, isn't it? It is, but... How we failed another inspection? Oh, by merging the rooms, did I lose everything? Oh, I know what it would have been. I had the fire alarm on the wall that I would have deleted. Right, at least I know what the issue was. I should have known that, shouldn't I? I should have known that it was going to delete my fire alarm. Should have known. Should have known. Right. Where was we? Before we were rudely interrupted. Educations. So we'll do the core night team next. And we'll dabble a little bit of everything, whatever looks like I can focus the training on. And we'll do... Is it more core night team? Oh, hang on, I got to scroll up to reveal the rest. Right, educate. Oh, a little bit of design thrown in. Oh, I'm trying to do the ones who don't require any other skill. Which is easier said than done. Right, so you got to click back on them, which is the annoying bit. I mean, they do a lot of designing work and stuff anyway. So again, I'm doing it in stages. Right, this is taking a while, boys. I know it's going to say it'll take 4 years, and I truly feel like it is taking 4 years. Normally you can get it done a little bit quicker. But this design aspect truly is taking some sweet, sweet time. Anyway, more jobs. Print oh, there's a lot of print jobs here. One's 5.4 million. And it's my rival for the Infinity OS. At least they're paying me to distribute their own products. That's the only saving grace, right? Right, I'm going to delete all of this. Delete you. Right. Select you, you, and you. And delete. And then grab... oh. All of this to there. And we're going to duplicate it. And now all of a sudden, I can print so much more. To the point where it completely backlogs it all up. And it will give our couriers so much work to done, but they'll mainly keep picking up from the front. That allows me to print now 4.4 million copies a month. Not 4.4 don't get picked up. Look at the shipping boxes per month. So we can print 2,200 copies and we can only ship 900 boxes. But at least they're good to go when the couriers get here. So maybe I need to up the courier numbers. So maybe I manage staff. And let's say at 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 12, we have an extra 5 couriers come in on top of the 3 that already arrived. It's just a way to kind of clear a huge backlog midday. That's what we'll utilize it for. So here comes 12, boys. Which we should have lots more, unless they've parked somewhere else. But that gets through the huge backlog now. We got nominated for another best employer again, boys. Of course I am. Of course I am. So we should be getting paid quite a heavy bit of money right now to distribute. We're gonna get paid a couple of million just for release or kind of distributing. That it should be about 10 million, right? You pay double how many copies you want. And I'm assuming that's what I'm getting paid as well. I'm just assuming. But I can now move an extra, well, 1,200 boxes a month is what I can now move. It's nothing, is it? It is nothing. But we're going to put a nice little big dent into there again. And we're pretty much now caught up. I think we've printed all the copies. And yeah, we're making almost 1 million the past few months. So that is a nice big dent. Nice big dent, boys. Now, we're still making money on electricity. Just out of curiosity. Yep. Saving so much cash in the long run. So 10 months, if you say we're working on 300,000 that we're saving, not by, well, for what we sell and what we're not buying. In the space of a year, we've paid for nearly 4 wind turbines. So that's huge when you think of it. That's huge. But we just gotta wait for this design work to get done. Holy moly. Right, we've got a bunch of deals now coming in. None of them completely destroy us for printing, like that $5.4 million one. But we are definitely printing, baby. We're definitely printing. Beautiful backlog right now. And we should be able to get through all that quite nicely. Large amounts of cash now being made on the day as we keep picking up. This brings a tear to your eye of how good this actually is. It really does. But long way to go. Solar panels are now activated. Hopefully, we'll move the game into production in the next episode. And this could be the start of making so much cash. Until next time I see you all soon, so goodbye.